A very good morning to my dear students and welcome to our social science class. So today we are going to start with the new chapter, that is New Kings and Kingdoms. So this is the second chapter from history, and we are going to start today about this particular chapter. So before starting with the main content, let us know what are the objectives and what are the importance of studying this chapter. So from this chapter we'll come to know about various kingdoms and the kings at that era, who were very strong, who had empires, who had dynasties, who had kingdoms. And in class 6 I hope you have studied about Mauryan dynasty, about Cholas, about Pandyas a little bit, but you at least study some of this. Okay, so we studied about Ashoka, we studied about Chandragupta Maurya, we studied about Bindusara. Okay, they were the famous rulers of Mauryan empire, right? So these are the objectives of the chapter. So in this chapter we are going to study about the emergence of new dynasties, right? Now what are dynasties? For example, Chandragupta Maurya had a son Bindusara. After the death of Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara took his place and ruled the dynasty. After the death of Bindusara, Ashoka ruled the dynasty. So passing of the legacy or the dynasty from ruler to another is known as dynasties, right? So next we are studying about administration in the kingdom, then prashastis and land grants, warfare for health, a closer look about the Cholas from Udaipur to Thanjavur, splendid temples and bronze sculptures, agriculture and irrigation, the administration of the empire. So in this chapter we are going to study about this content. So you can write about the objective of the chapter. We are trying to understand what are the new dynasties that emerged, about the administration of the kingdoms, about prashastis and land grants. Okay, so let us study with the first content. This is the introduction part. So you can see here, it's a map. It's also available in your book. You can see there are many kingdoms which are formed, like the Chahamanas, then we have Rashtrakutas, we have Palas, we have Cholas, and we have uh, yeah many other dynasties like Chandelas, then Cheras, Pandyas, etc. Right? So between the 7th and 12th century, many new dynasties like Gurjara, Pratiharas, Rashtrakutas, Palas, Cholas, and Chahamanas emerged. So these were the dynasties who actually emerged between the 7th and 12th centuries. Okay. So the emergence of new dynasty. Let us study now. So the emergence of new dynasty. So the emergence of new dynasties. By the 7th century, there were huge landowners or warriors boss in various areas of the subcontinent. So along with the king, there were another group of people who was known as Samantas. These were known as the huge landowners or the warrior boss in various areas of the subcontinent. So existing rulers frequently recognized him as their Samantas or subordinates. So they are known as Samantas or subordinates. They were required. What was the work of the Samantas? To bring presents, means gifts, for the rulers or overlords, and furnish them with military help, and to support with them with the military help, right? So some such kingdoms were those of Rashtrakutas, Chalukyas, Gurjaras, Pratiharas, and so on. So these were the kingdoms where Samantas were there, where subordinates were found, like the kingdoms known as Rashtrakutas, then Chalukyas, Gurjaras, Pratiharas, and so on. Let us know what are Samantas very specifically. So Samantas, who were Samantas? They were big landlords or warrior chiefs. They were known as subordinates to existing kings. For example, for Chalukyas, Rashtrakutas were known as the Samantas. Expected to bring gifts to their king, provided military support and attended king courts, right? They gained power and wealth, and they declared themselves as Mahasamantas or Mahamandaleshwara. Okay, along because they gained so much of wealth, so they had got so much of power, they gained the importance in the kingdoms. They were regarded as the subordinates to the existing kings, so that is why they gave the title of Mahasamantas or Mahamandaleshwara. Okay, Samantas were also known as Mahasamantas or Mahamandaleshwara when they gained power and wealth and declared themselves and gave this title. Okay, so one such instance was that of the Rashtrakutas in the Deccan. Initially, they were subordinate to the Chalukyas. So, just imagine Rashtrakutas were known as Samantas, right? In the Chalukya dynasty of Karnataka. Okay, in the mid 18th century, Danti Durga, a Rashtrakuta chief, overthrew his Chalukya overlord and performed a ritual called Hiranyagarbha. So they became so powerful that they threw away their chief. So in Rashtrakuta there was a chief name known as Dandi Durga. So Dandi Durga was like a Samanta of Rashtrakutas. Okay, and they threw away Chalukya and performed rituals called Hiranyagarbha, literally known as the golden womb. When this ritual was performed with the help of Brahmanas, it was thought to lead the rebirth of the sacrificer as a Kshatriya, even if he was not one by birth. In other cases, men and enterprising families used their military skills to carve out kingdoms. For instance, the Kadamba Mayura Sharman and the Gujara Pratihara Harichandra were Brahmins who gave up their traditional professions and took to arms, successfully establishing kingdoms in Karnataka and Rajasthan respectively. So basically, what happened at that era, Rashtrakutas or what happened, they were so so powerful. They became so powerful in the Deccan. They were first of all the subordinates to the kingdom or the king known as Chalukyas of Karnataka. So they were so powerful that they overthrew the Chalukya and they performed the ritual known as Garbhagriha, where they sacrificed. Okay, they sacrificed so that the Kshatriya, even though they are not born as Kshatriya by birth, but at least they can become a Kshatriya later on. So in other cases, men and enterprising families used their military skills and they carved out many kingdoms. And also many Brahmanas were there who left the job like doing pujas or any rituals or performing traditional professions and took to arms. They successfully established kingdoms in Karnataka and Rajasthan respectively. Alright, so students, this is the starting of the chapter. We will continue with the administration of the kingdom in our next class. So for today we are going to write about the objective of the chapter, and also you are going to read the chapter very thoroughly till wherever I have explained you. Alright, just remember these are very important topic. These are very important for exams also, and don't miss out anything in the particular paragraph. Okay, if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask me. I'm always there for you. Thank you. Have a nice day and God bless you.